Subscribe, you know you want to.
Dave, that BlustarDave, you know, the Dave from North Shields, South Shields, you know, where they're northeast of England. You know, we sit in that little hut of his, saying things like, "Alright, have to go and brew up a cuppa now, pet." And then he goes off and he boils the water. He doesn't know anything about boiling water. You know, that Delilah Smith, she made a fortune, an absolute fortune, teaching people how to boil eggs. Hard-boiled eggs, soft-boiled eggs, you name it. She told you how to boil an egg. And it's the same thing when you're making tea. There's an art and a science to it. And that Dave, I don't think that he's really studied the Japanese art of tea making. You know, it's a science. And I know what I'm talking about. Because the Chinese and the Japanese, they say that when the bubbles in the water are the size, about the size of a lobster eye, you know, and the water is just perfect for making tea. But if you let the bubbles go as big as an ox eye, then the water is buggered and you can't use it. And that's a fact. And when you've got these small bubbles, the temperature is just right for extracting all the stuff out of the tea leaves. And how long should you have it in there? Well, those navvies over on the building sites, they chuck the tea into the water, have it in there for half an hour, and the tea becomes stewed. You should only have it in there for about maximum 3 to 4 minutes for the best tea. Did Dave ever tell you that? I bet you didn't. And I'll tell you what happens to the tea when it gets stewed, when it's been in there for too long. It's the tannins I'm saying, inside the leaf that get extracted, and that's what gives it its bitterness. You might ask yourself, why is it that the bubbles should just be the size of a lobster eye? Well, it's something to do with the dissolved oxygen in the water. To get your bright tea, you need to have the oxygen in there. And if you bubble it up too vigorously, then all that oxygen gets off and it gives you a dull tea. That's what the Japanese call it. And sometimes you'll even see them having a wee whisk, which they'll whisk the tea with like that to get more oxygen into it when they're eating it. So remember that. When you're making tea, only boil the water so you get very small bubbles. It'll be the right temperature then. You want to scald your tongue. Drinking something that's too hot. Don't steep the tea leaves in there for more than 3 or 4 minutes. Otherwise you'll get a bitter tea. But there's something really interesting about bitter teas when it's got lots of tannin in there, because the tannin, I bet you didn't know this, it's a pH indicator, just like phenolphthalein or litmus. And if you take a cup of tea that's you know, bitter, it's been brewed too long, lots of tannin in it, and then you take a little slice of lemon and you squeeze it into it, and you'll see this poof, this colour changing. That's the pH indicator, the tannin acting as a pH indicator. It's the citric acid that causes the pH to change, and then the tannin is an indicator, and the tea lightens up. It's more drinkable that way. And don't ever put milk into your tea. That's an abomination. Okay, That's it. That's how to make the perfect cup of tea. I may even show you the size of the bubbles in the water if I've got the time. So, over and out. And remember, if you ever see that BlustarDave, then tell him not to bugger up his water by boiling it too much, so you can get a proper cup of tea. Over and out, and all the best.
Here we have an electric kettle. Just listen to it boiling in there. You've absolutely no idea if the bubbles inside there are the size of a lobster eye or an ox eye. I mean, see, when you're boiling water like this with an electric kettle, you just have no idea what the condition of the water is. And you can listen to it, and it just sort of makes noises, but you have no idea how it's going to go. But over here, look at this. Here we go. This is a little pan of water, and down the bottom there you can see those little bubbles. Those little bubbles, they're just about the size of lobster eyes, and that there, when they begin to come off the bottom of the pot, then that's just the right temperature for making a perfect cup of tea. Now you can see them coming up, those little lobster eyes. That's it. Perfect, perfect. But if you let it go on, you know, if the bubbles begin to get any bigger, you know, then you're going to ruin this water too much. The oxygen in it is just all going to disappear, and you're going to have your water buggered. So keep an eye on the size of the bubbles if you want to have proper tea. Just look at that. That water is spoiled now, the way it is bubbling there. I would never use that water for making tea.